What's up, guys? Chris Schwartz-Edmisten here from Schwartz-Edmisten Web Design. Black Friday is right around the corner, and I want to cover all of the tools that I use to run my business so that if something looks good to you and you also want to incorporate that tool into your business, you can take advantage of the huge sales that are right around the corner. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Of course, since this is my video and my channel, I get to start with my own plugins. They are 30% off from now through Cyber Monday. My really popular ones are the animated scrolling logos plugin. My mega menu plugin is great. Hamburger menu on desktop plugin is very popular as well. So are the product page dropdowns, since you can't do that natively in Squarespace. I'm not going to list off every plugin that I have made, but they're great and they're 30% off. They're already super affordable, but you get 30% off of this already really low price, and you can use them on unlimited sites. Next, SQSPThemes is offering 50% off their business bundle. So this is the original plugin bundle that I purchased when I first started doing Squarespace web design full time, and I continue to use these plugins on sites that I create today. I often use the accordion tabs plugin on sites. I also use the Lightbox Anything plugin. This plugin is so awesome. It pulls in a page from the not linked section and then makes it a lightbox on the current page. Awesome plugin. I also really enjoy the related posts plugin for blog posts. There's so many hacky workarounds where like you put a summary block into the blog post, but then you have to add the summary block into every blog post. This plugin just automates all that for you. It automatically creates this recommended post section, and it displays the recommended posts based on the actual categories and tags that the current blog post has. So really awesome plugin. Love SquareSpaceThemes, and their sale is ridiculous, 50% off the business bundle. So definitely check it out. Next, Ghost plugins. They have great plugins, and they're also having a ridiculous sale of 50% off. But they also have templates, which are 50% off right now as well. So definitely worth checking out all of their templates. Next, we have Will Myers. He has tons of plugins. Definitely worth checking all of those plugins out as well. And he's offering 30% off of all his plugins and also 30% off of his membership, and that's called Code Curious. So definitely worth checking out both of those as well. Squarekicker is offering 20% off of their tools and also their templates. And I have a blog post linked below this video that has all of the coupon codes that you want to use at checkout. So if you're interested in any of these products, check out the blog and make sure that you're using the coupon codes listed in the blog below. Squarekicker is a super cool extension that you can add to your Squarespace site, and it allows you to do all sorts of, complex customizations and animations without having to write any code. So those are all the plugins that I definitely think you should keep an eye on. Next, we're going to jump over to software that I use in my business that you can capitalize on the Black Friday sales that are coming up. So first is Kit, which is my email marketing software. It is so powerful. I think I'm probably utilizing like 4% of its possible features, but it does all the things that you would want to ever do with an email list. So it's very easy to create a new broadcast, and broadcasts are just like one-off emails that you're going to send to your list. So I've created this template that I can use for new emails. You can add a subject line. You can just compose your email. Looks really beautiful. And then you can go to the next page. And then you can choose whether you want to send an email or publish this post to a web. I want to send an email. And then you can choose who you want to send it to. So instead of all subscribers, you might want to send it to someone who has a certain tag. And then you can, tag subscribers with certain tags and then only email those specific people. So it's really easy to build and then segment your list and make sure that you're only sending emails to the proper people. So it's really advanced, and they also have really cool automation features. Let's take a look at an example of a visual automation. So they're really easy to set up in that when someone subscribes to this form, I can add certain tags to these people with the automation. I could then enter them into a sequence, and they have different triggers here that you can do. So they have actions that you can take whether you want to add or remove a tag, you can add a delay. So let's say someone signs up for the email list. You can then enter them into a sequence, and then you can wait 3 days, and then you can enter them into another sequence. So there's so many different like events and actions and conditions that you can set up to where when someone signs up for a specific thing on your site, you can then do whatever you want, like put that person on whatever journey you want them to take with the visual automations. So again, I told you, Kit is super powerful, and I don't think I'm utilizing it as well as it could be utilized. But if you have a big and growing list, then you're going to need a platform that is very powerful and allows you to do all the things and make sure all the people are separated in a way that you're only contacting the people that you want to contact. It's great. I highly recommend Kit. I signed up to it when I first needed an email software. That was probably, like 7 years ago. And I've been using it ever since and loving it. So they have a great sale right now. They're offering 60% off the first 3 months of a creator plan. So again, never a better time to check out Kit than right now. Next, Circle is a great community platform. So if you are looking to start a community, Circle is like probably the #1 place to do it right now. It's really easy to set up different areas in your community and make sure that, people only have access to a certain part of your community. You can add courses as well inside there. And there's, messaging and all sorts of member management features inside of Circle. So really powerful tool. And they are offering 25% off your first year of a business or enterprise plan. So if you have a really big community, it's a little bit pricey, but if you have a really big community that you are struggling to manage, then this platform is definitely going to be worth it for you. If you're looking to set up an affiliate program on Squarespace, Peaches is the best option because it's built specifically for Squarespace websites. So I sell digital products, my plugins through Squarespace. And so I needed an affiliate program that worked with Squarespace. And so it's really easy for people to just sign up on my site. They can apply to become an affiliate. They fill out this form, and then I approve them to my affiliate program. They get a special link that they can share with people. And then Peaches automatically tracks anytime someone clicks on their link and purchases something on my site, then it keeps track of their commission that they should get. And then I pay them through PayPal, and it just tracks everything for me. So if you're looking to start an affiliate program for Squarespace specifically, then Peaches is definitely the way to go. I haven't seen any Black Fridays deals yet announced, but as we get closer, definitely something to keep an eye on. Next, let's jump over to courses, and Christy Price is offering 25% off all of her courses and resources on learn.christyprice.com. Definitely check out the Web Designer's Playbook. This is her signature course, and she teaches all of her systems for managing a client project. So if you're looking to kind of shore up your web design process, or you're just starting out and you don't have a process yet, I think it's definitely worth checking out this course during this Black Friday sale. Next, we have Kerstin Martin, and she is the Calm course creator. So there's so much, hype around hustling and, working 80-hour weeks to make it. And she is the opposite of that. So she teaches you how to run a business in a sort of calm and more thoughtful manner. And she's offering 30% off everything in her shop with the coupon code listed here. And again, you'll be able to see all of the coupon codes for everything that I've mentioned if you check out the blog post in the description of this video. So next, we're going to jump over to legal. So for any sort of contract or website terms and policies, I use Artful Contracts, and they're running a 5-day, 5 deals Black Friday sale. So it's definitely worth checking out the different days and the different deals that they have on each day. They have, contract bundles. They have website policy bundles. I got my website policies there, and then I also got my affiliate contract there. So when people sign up for the affiliate program, they have to, read through the contract and make sure, it just covers all of my bases when they join the program. So They have tons of policies like that, and they have really great deals. I definitely think you should check out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I think those are the most valuable deals. But again, if you need any contracts or policies, definitely check out Artful Contracts this week. Next, let's jump over to home and office. And I only have one product in this category, and it's my standing desk that I absolutely love. I cannot stop raving about this thing. It's the cheapest four-legged standing desk that you could buy. And I went with 4 legs instead of 2 legs because I was reading that 2 legs in the upright position can be really wobbly. And I didn't want to, have my monitors or my desk wobbling as I'm typing and working in the standing position. So if you're going to get a standing desk, you definitely want to go with one with 4 legs. And this one just happened to be the cheapest that I could find. I was thinking of buying one from a competitor that was almost twice as expensive. And it was just because I was thinking, if I buy the cheaper one, it might be cheap. So I took a risk because it was so much cheaper. And this thing is really high quality. The materials are really good. It has presets. The height up and down is automatic. So I can set my, my sitting height and my standing height and press the button and walk away, and it raises up. And then I can come back and it's just at its position. This is just a great product. And right now it's just a ridiculously low price. So you'll definitely want to check it out. Next, let's jump over to YouTube gear. So I'll kind of show you like the filming setup that I use to get this sort of effect. So my microphone is a Blue Yeti USB microphone, and a USB mic is just one that you plug into your computer via USB, and it just, instantly upgrades your sound. So along with the microphone, I also got the cheapest stand that I could find on Amazon. And the reason that you want a stand is 1, so you can sort of just get it out of the way when you're not using it. But 2, you want to make sure that it's off the desk. And that way, when you accidentally bump the desk or as you're typing, you're not getting any reverberations transferring from the desk through the stand into the microphone. So you want to get a boom arm. That way it's elevated. And then, it's just out of the way as well, which is nice. For my camera, I use the Sony a6400. It's the best and cheapest 4K camera that I could find. It came out in 2019, so it's like a 6-year-old camera. But recently I was just researching what's the best camera out there right now for doing this sort of a talking head video. And people were still recommending this camera as sort of the best like budget option for this purpose. So that made me feel really good. I feel like I made the best investment, and it also makes me comfortable recommending this camera to people that are just sort of looking to do what I'm doing and have been doing for 6 years now. It's still sort of the top dog for this sort of an application. It has amazing autofocus, and it also doesn't overheat. So, I can record for as long as I want to, and the camera will never get too hot and shut down, which is awesome. So highly recommend this camera. And again, it's 4K, and the picture is just really crisp and sharp. And to help make the picture so crisp and sharp, I have an awesome lens. So I use the Sigma 16mm, and it has an f-stop of 1.4. And that means that the background, you'll probably see it behind me. It's a little bit blurry. And if I get closer to the camera, it'll even get more blurry. So because this lens has a big aperture, it can let in a lot of light, and that's what leads to that sort of like blurry background effect. So if your lens has a high f-stop, then you won't be able to do this blurry background. So this is a prime lens, meaning I can't like zoom it in and out to sort of like reframe myself. And that's probably the limitation of this lens. But I did a lot of research and figured out what was going to be the best sort of focal point for my current situation here. So if you feel like you might need a zoom lens, then don't get a prime lens that I got. But if you want a really great prime lens at this sort of a focal length, then I highly, highly, highly recommend this lens. The way that I'm able to use the camera as my webcam is because of the capture card. So I use the Camlink 4K because, again, this is a 4K camera. I want a 4K output to my computer. And the Camlink, it just sends the signal from the camera. So I have a micro USB to HDMI. that cable plugs into the Camlink capture card, and then the capture card plugs into my computer. And so this capture card allows my computer to interpret the signal from my DSLR camera as just sort of a normal camera signal, as if it was a webcam. So the great thing is I can use this for Zoom calls or, Teams calls, whatever you would use a webcam for, you can now use a super high quality DSLR for. And so I constantly get compliments on my Zoom calls because the image that you're seeing right now for this YouTube video is just coming out of the camera. I haven't done any color grading or anything like that. So what you're seeing right now is what people see on my Zoom calls, and they're just like, oh my gosh, it looks so professional. So if you're looking to do what I did with the camera as a webcam, then you'll need this Elgato Camlink 4K capture card. And then finally, in order for the camera to be able to just continuously record, of course, you don't want to worry about the battery dying on you. So you'll want to use one of these power adapters. And it basically is like a dummy battery that you plug into the battery slot, and then you can just plug it into the wall, and it just continuously feeds your camera with power. So I just have it constantly always plugged in. Of course, my camera never moves. It's just my webcam. And this allows me to use it as webcam, record my YouTube videos, take my Zoom calls, whatever. So finally, let's jump over to finance. So about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I incorporated. So now I'm an S corporation and I'm now an employee of my business. And so I have to run payroll. And there's a lot of reasons that you do an S corp. You can do your own research, but there are benefits to it. But with it comes complexity. So now that I have to run payroll, I needed a system in order to do that. And Gusto has just made it such a breeze. It takes what, seems like such a kind of scary, intimidating thing, and it just like automates it for you. So now I just get a direct deposit into my bank account. It takes out like the taxes and everything and sort of tracks all that for me. So definitely recommend checking out Gusto if you're looking for a payroll solution. And then finally, for my personal investing, I use Betterment, and Betterment it's sort of like a robo investor. So basically you tell it, this is the splits between stocks and bonds. This is how aggressive that I want to be. And it just automatically invests for you. So I use Betterment for my Roth IRA. So I make sure that I max that out every year. And then if you have an investment account with them, like a Roth IRA, then you can also open a high yield savings account. So for my personal bank, I have Bank of America, and they offer a 0.01%. So you're getting, nothing back in interest. But with the high yield savings account right now, the rates are 3.5%. So you can have a savings account that is actually doing some work for you and, returning some money for you, which is awesome. The interface is really easy to use. They have an app. It just, it makes everything so easy when it comes to investing, which again, can ordinarily be something that's very intimidating. So definitely worth checking out for an investment account, but also for that high yield savings account. Okay, this was a big roundup. Again, if you're interested in any of the things that I've talked about in this video, then check out the blog post below, because that has all of the coupon codes and links and information that you'll need in order to take advantage of these sales. It's important to note I am an affiliate for most, if not all, of the things mentioned in this video, but I'm also using them in my own business, and I would never recommend something that I wasn't, using and loving myself. So if you do purchase something from this curated list that I've put together, I will get a commission and it'll help me, but it goes to support this channel and more, informational content like this. So thank you ahead of time if you end up purchasing anything from one of the links in this video. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.